When we sit at the feet of the Lord, the most beautiful thing, we say nothing, we ask for nothing. And you know why it is the most beautiful when we say nothing and ask for nothing? Because sometimes, as they say, actions speak louder than words. Sitting at the feet is an action taken. It is much louder than a million words said so eloquently and so beautifully. The Lord doesn't need your words. The Lord doesn't need your wisdom. The Lord doesn't need anything but you. He wants you sitting in silence at His holy feet. The 21st century is a very chaotic century. The problem of our time and age is technology. Technology has exploded in this century, and with technology, a busy lifestyle came about. Everyone is on the go. Everyone is running. Everyone is thinking a million, zillion things in a day. But very few are sitting in silence. Very few. You know, before, if somebody wanted to visit someone at their place, probably it would happen once a week, once a month, maybe once a year. But now, thanks to iPhone, iPad, iPod, and iPad, thanks to that technology, we are visiting every single person across this globe in a split second. There is no privacy anymore. There is no a time for one's self anymore. The phone rings at night. The phone rings during the day. The phone rings in good times and in bad times, and it feels like a marital vow here. It rings always. It is appropriate, inappropriate, invading privacy, not invading privacy. The phone reaches me wherever I may be. I need such moment where I come and sit in silence. And let me tell you one thing about silence. If you didn't know this fact, silence is much harder achieved by a human being than being loud. Much harder. If you sit for an hour with no words, you're about to explode. You can't handle it. You start huffing and puffing and aching all over. But when you're talking, even if it's 10 hours, it feels like 10 seconds. The Lord says, you need to master how to switch off and be quiet. You know, Elisha wanted to hear the voice of God. And a big storm happened and he thought, this is the voice of God. But no, it wasn't. And then a strong wind blew, thinking this is the voice of God. And it wasn't. And there was a very soft breeze like a feather blowing at him, so softly, so serene, so gentle. And he wouldn't have ever thought that in that gentle breeze, God spoke. What is that telling me and you? What is that teaching me and you, my beloveds? God will always be calm and collected, no matter what is happening in the world and what is happening in your life. God will always be the ever calm, the ever serene, the ever quiet, the ever gentle in every approach. Why? Because nothing shakes God. everything in life is a lesson to be learned. And silence is definitely one of those foundational lessons we need to learn in our day-to-day life. I advise you with love and humility, make time at home where you sit at the feet of the Lord in absolute silence. At the beginning it will be hard because you cannot focus, because you are used to being focused on chaos, on noises around you and surrounding you. So when you come and sit in silence, many thoughts will come haunting you to get out of that silence. So it will be a struggle at the beginning, but practice makes perfect. Master it. Keep on having that silent moment every night in your room, in your home, and make it a practice. Say to yourself, at this time I'll switch off from everything and everyone and I will sit in silence. You need to learn how to be quiet for God to talk. See, God will not speak when we are loud. God is waiting for us to be silent for Him to speak. Because even at a human level, is it really nice and appropriate when somebody's speaking and we speak over them? No. When someone speaks, the other keeps silent until they finish, then you reply to them. But if all speak at the same time, nobody will understand nobody. We talk a lot. Give 5 minutes or 10 minutes for God to talk to you. Be quiet for God to speak. Otherwise, it is inappropriate to speak over each other's. You know, spiritual prayer nights are not about did we sing beautifully? Did we perform beautifully? And by the way, that poem by our beloved daughter Jacqueline Pithieu was amazing. She made me cry because it was a heartfelt word. Truly, some of us did not understand, unfortunately, but I'll ask you for the copy because we want to translate it into English and Arabic as well. Maybe the translation was there as well. But I wasn't focused on the screen. I was focused on the words. Because the words were very deep. See, that's another thing silence teaches you. Teaches you to be focused. How can I detach myself from the surrounding? It's not easy. How can I control what I allow to come in and what I don't allow to come in? It is not easy. And a lot of times we fall into problems and issues because we're allowing everything to infiltrate us. We need to be in control. How can I sit in the midst of thousands and millions of people, yet I'm focused on the voice of Christ? It's a very big lesson to learn, my beloveds. So when you come to such blessed nights, blessed evenings, ask the Lord to teach you on how to be silent, not only externally, but more so internally. Because sometimes we switch off from outside, but from inside we are a noise pollution to our own selves. How can I be just like the still waters? How can I? Every time I see children, I forget about myself. I melt like a candle because they remind me of something so valuable, so priceless, so precious, and so much needed in our time and age. They remind me of innocence, purity, humility, simplicity. Innocence, purity, humility, and simplicity. So much we are in need to be pure. So much we are in need to be humble, to be simple. The child will come, he will tell you or she will tell you as they are. What is in their heart is on their lips. They will tell you what's inside of them. If they love you, they'll say it in your face. And if they don't, you better run for your life, because you will cop it on your chin. And you better have a big chin, because you'll cop it badly. But so beautifully, because when it is genuine, it comes from the heart to the heart. When it is genuine.